de mi corazón.
One of the greatest fighters from the state of Texas, a congressman named Troy Nehls, joins the show now, and I hear he might have a cigar in hand. Let's go. Congressman, okay, no cigar. All right, no cigar. Okay. Oh, yeah.
Oh, man. Come on, Benny. You know I like my cigars. Gosh, Benny, it's good to be with you.
All right. Talk to me about what you are smoking, sir. You are bringing the heat.
It's a beautiful Ashen Cabernet. It's a good Ashen cigar. It's mild, Connecticut wrapper. Hey, the company's owned by a great group, the Levin family out of Pennsylvania. But I enjoy my cigars. Hey, but let me say this to you, Benny. You just did a great job talking about the border wall. Now the Bidens, when Trump was building the wall, Biden would say, we're worried about the prairie chicken and the woodpecker and the local toad that lives along the southern border. Now we're going to waive all that. So prairie chickens, toads, woodpeckers, they're not out to protect you anymore because now they realize we need a wall. Donald Trump has been right all along about the southern border and building that wall. You were in front of it. I was in front of it. It's effective, brother. It truly is.
So you are effectively nominating Donald Trump for Speaker of the House. Talk me through it.
Damn straight I am, and it's going to happen on Tuesday when I get back up there. Listen, I was shocked, quite honestly, that Kevin McCarthy that he quit. He did. He 6:45 Tuesday evening, we had a conference meeting up there, and Kevin McCarthy said he's not seeking the office. And tell you, the air left the room. I immediately thought, well, I know what we do. We nominate the greatest leader in my lifetime, Donald J. Trump. And it's starting to build some momentum. I'm getting some other members that saying they love the idea of Donald J. Trump. I've had conversations with the president over the last 48 hours. Not going to get into that. But I will say that if we can't find a way to build a consensus candidate within our conference, Donald Trump is the answer for the interim.
So Congressman, you and I, we've been doing this show for a while. You've always been a fantastic guest. Please do us the favor. Do this audience a favor. This audience loves you so much. You gotta let us in on some of your phone call conversation with Trump. You gotta tell us something. Give us something. What does Trump say about this?
Well, listen, you've seen him. The media have asked him while they're coming up there and trying to destroy him up there in New York with this bull malarkey civil trial. People have asked him about, would he take the job? Donald Trump has made it very, very clear. He loves this country. He's put himself out there. He became the president of the United States. He's now putting himself in harm's way with all the criticism. 4 indictments in 5 months, 90 felonies. He loves this country. He's putting himself out in front of America to say, let me help make America great again. I'm thinking, let's help Donald Trump make Congress great again.
Would you actually get support of like the moderate Republicans, like squishy Republicans who, don't like Trump?
I tell you, a lot of people have asked that, and I will tell you, Benny. So I think it's going to be between Steve Scalise and Jim Jordan. They seem to be the two that are out there that a lot of people are talking about that make it. But I don't know if either one of them can get to the number. I mean, we're going to have to talk about this motion to vacate. There are the soft ones up there that are saying this should never happen again. You cannot let one member and 7 others come together and kick the Speaker of the House out of his position. That was the motion to vacate the chair, and Matt Gaetz effectively used it. Kevin McCarthy in January said, just one, that's all you need. You can do it, and it cost him his job. So there are others that are going to want to change some of the House rules to make sure that can't ever happen again. And I think there's going to be some division as to whether we should change that rule or not. So
do you expect there is not going to be a consensus candidate and that this is going to be, that there's going to be further infighting? Maybe there'd be like a moderate splintering?
Well, I do know this. Certainly with the first round, when I nominate Donald J. Trump, there are enough Republicans that said they are going to cast their vote for Donald J. Trump in the first ballot. So it's not going to be done in the first ballot, I can assure you that.
Mm-hmm. Now, Donald Trump's very close with Jim Jordan. Obviously, he's a big fan of Jim Jordan. Jim Jordan's been a big fighter for his. I have nothing against Steve Scalise, but Jordan's a friend of the show, and I really like Jim Jordan. Would you consider moving your vote over to Jim Jordan if Donald Trump told you to?
Listen, I like both these guys. This isn't personal for me.
Yeah.
I serve on Jim Jordan selected me to be one of the guys on the on judiciary. It's an honor. He's great. I think he's brilliant. I think he's conservative. It's nothing personal against Jim Jordan. It's nothing personal against Steve Scalise or anybody else that would want to put their name in the hat. Kevin Hearn's name's been mentioned. But I just think the right guy for the job right now to bring our conference together is Donald J. Trump. He can do it in the interim, right? He doesn't, when he takes office as speaker, right? He's not going to ask anybody for anything. He doesn't need anything. He just wants to try to say, let's make Congress, let's let the American people know that Congress can work efficiently, effectively. Let's pass these appropriations bills. Let's make sure that we get good conservative legislation over to the Senate and let Chuck Schumer do nothing with it. Donald Trump is the right answer right now for our problems up in Washington.
So it would be too bad. Let's say Donald Trump does get this position. It would be so beautiful to have Donald Trump be the one who evicted Nancy Pelosi from her special little office in the Capitol. Unfortunately, that's already happened. Did you know that Nancy Pelosi had a special office to fundraise from inside of the Capitol building?
No, I didn't. I had no clue that was happening, but could you imagine Donald J. Trump, the Speaker of the House, and when we go through this impeachment inquiry, and then we decide to impeach Joe Biden, I think it would be fantastic to have Donald Trump up there with that gavel. Damn! Impeach, baby! You're out of here.
Well, he did post this. I don't know if you're in a place where you can see the screen, Congressman, but he did post the gavel and the meme. So you're saying this could be a reality?
Well, we're going to find out on Tuesday. I think we're going to go back up. But what I can tell you this. What we're going to do on Tuesday is not going to be what we did in January, going through 15 iterations for the American people to see just how dysfunctional Washington is. Many times I thought this was really embarrassing what we were doing. I mean, members are strong with their convictions. I understand the ones that didn't ever want Kevin, but I think we're going to do this behind closed doors in a conference meeting, and we probably won't leave that room until we can find that consensus candidate. I just don't tell you how long I don't know how long it's going to take. We may have to bring in some bathrooms and plenty of meals.
Okay. All right. Well, we saw Donald Trump bringing in mountains of McDonald's into the court in New York. So who knows? Is Donald Trump planning on phoning into this meeting? Do you think Donald Trump will make an appearance at this meeting? All right. So final thing, you've been really big on the impeachment of Joe Biden. One of the criticisms, and water under the bridge, McCarthy said he's not going to run again. One of the criticisms was, where the hell is the Hunter Biden subpoena? They brought in Trump's kids day and night. There wasn't a single day that went by where Don Jr. didn't have to sit for 9 hours with Adam Schiff grilling him and Eric Swalwell getting fang-fanged under the table. But the Trump kids getting dragged in, getting roasted, all these traps set for them, right? To try and put them in prison. Yet Hunter Biden hadn't gotten a subpoena. What the hell's that about? Yeah.
Well, let's get it right. It's not Fang Fang. It's Yum Yum. That's the new name. It's Yum Yum. As it relates to Hunter Biden, subpoena him, getting him in front of the oversight committee, I tell you, James Comer's doing a hell of a job with oversight. I think Jim Jordan's doing a great job with judiciary, even the Ways and Means. I mean, those three committees have oversight over this impeachment inquiry. I know the American people want answers yesterday. It just takes a while. It takes a process. And I think we have done a great job exposing just how corrupt the Biden administration is, Joe Biden and his crackhead son, Hunter.
Yes. The original woodpecker that Joe Biden has protected is Hunter Biden. So because this is breaking news, final, and I assume you're in Texas right now. You're not in a border district, but of course these effects are bleed directly into your district. Your thoughts on the Biden news this morning, just your takeaway thoughts on the Biden news this morning, building the wall.
Well, I think some of the smart ones up there are a few smart Democrats in the administration that have probably said, if we continue down this policy with this open borders and no wall and people dying from fentanyl and the sex trafficking, the human trafficking, I mean, it's all over the news. The conservative outlets are covering it. They're thinking if we don't do something, I mean, we're losing the American people. We have moved so far left with boys being in girls' bathrooms, inflation, fuel. We lost our energy independence. I think there's a few smart ones up there that are saying we either do something about the southern border or Donald Trump's going to be the 47th president. So I think there's a few smart ones up there that are trying to say, hey, you better get something. You got to do something about the southern border. It hurts them. I can tell you, Joe Biden doesn't want to do it, but he doesn't have a choice because he's losing his own party.
He's also losing his mind. I hope that you smoke them. I hope you smoke the cigars. I hope you smoke the Biden regime. We thank you, Congressman, for being such a fighter. Come back and let us know what happens in these this wild week that we're about to see.
Thank you, Benny. You can reach me, anybody, at Rep Troy Nehls, at Rep Troy Nehls. Thank you. God bless you, Benny. Trump 2024.
Godspeed.